Hello students. So in the previous class you have seen how we can create a circuit. Hold on, let me go back and tinker this. You can go back and click on tinker this, so you should be able to see what you have done. So in the previous class you have seen when you start the simulation you are allowing it to blink the light, right? Now let's say I change the time of this to 1 second, and I change here to 1 second, and maybe change the color from red to let's say green, and I start the simulation. You will see that the speed has been changed, and it is on, it is high for 1 second, and it is low for 1 second. That means it is on for 1 second and it is off for 1 second. But my question is, if I have to use two LEDs, right, blue and red color, like a cop car, if I have to use two LEDs, how do I make the circuit? So think about it for a second, pause the video and try to do it by yourself by creating a new circuit. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to create a new circuit, rename this as 2.2 blinking 2 LEDs underscore your name underscore okay. So think about it. If I have to make two LEDs blink, what are all the things that I would need? So I would definitely need a breadboard and this one, and obviously I would need two LEDs. And the other one, we thought of keeping it in blue color. If we have one, yeah, we do have blue. Okay. So I am keeping it over here. You see, everything is aligned. Cathode is in D3, anode is in D4. Cathode is again LED 2 is in D6, anode is in D7. Now, all I have to do is connect them, right? So as I told you, the anode is the positive, the cathode is the negative. So the negative terminal is always connected to the ground by using a resistor. And let us change the value to 220. The common mistake what people do is they leave it as 220 kilo ohms. If you leave it as 220 kilo ohms, your resistor will block all the current that is going to the LED, and your LED is not going to be on, or it is always going to be off. Okay, make sure that it is not 220 kilo ohms. This is a common mistake. It must be only 220 ohms and must be connected to the the cathode. Take another resistor, rotate it, change the value to 220 ohms. Okay, 220 ohms, not kilo ohms. So you will definitely ask your teacher, why is my NOT circuit not working if you don't check this. Now let us pull this a little closer. As you know that I need to take a cable from ground and connect it to the negative terminal. Okay, and as I told you, I will always try to color coordinate my ground to be a black color and my anodes to be red color. I take the red color. Oh, I click on a new cable from pin 13. I want it to be red color, and then connect it to the first LED's anode. Make sure to create anchor points so that way your circuit will look neater and cleaner, or else your circuit can look very cluttered if you don't maintain these anchor points. Okay, so that's all. Here I'm using digital pin 13 and 12 to connect LED 1 and LED 2. So accordingly, I'm going to write the code as well. I'm going to delete the default code. I'm going to make this a little big so you guys can see it clearly. Okay. First, I need there are two LEDs, there are two pins. So I'm going to take these two times. Set pin, set pin. Okay, the first one is 13. When 13 is high, I want the 12 to be low. That means when red is on, the blue is off. And we are going to control wait for 0.6 seconds. Okay, that means LED is on 13. So the LED that is connected to pin 13 is on for 0.6 seconds, and 12 is connected to blue, which is off, and this process is going to wait for 0.6 seconds. Once that is done, set pin 13. In the previous process, in the previous step, 13 is high, so obviously here 13 is going to be low. That means I'm turning 13 now off and making my 12 to be on. If 12 is high, that means the blue light is on. Okay, so I'm just switching up the process. It's very simple, guys. Okay, I'm just switching the steps, and again I'll wait for 0.6 seconds. I'm gonna repeat this process like for 10 times. That's all. Believe it or not, the code is done. So if your circuit is right, you should be able to see that red blinks and then blue blinks. I feel this is still too slow, so let us change the time to 0.3 to 0.3, and when you start the simulation, you should be able to see how fast it blinks. Try changing with different numbers. You will definitely like it. Like there are some students who tried with 0.1 and 0.1. Start the simulation. You see how they are flickering? So try this out and make sure to follow each and every step. For me it is working, and in case if you are stuck at any point or if you got something wrong, it could be your circuit, it could be your connections, or it could be the resistor value, which must be 220 ohms. If you have done all of this right, there could be something wrong with your code in the event of you not getting the circuit right, or in the event of your simulation is not working. So recheck everything if you have done something wrong, but most probably you should be able to get it fairly simple. Okay, now once this is done, I'm going to stop the simulation. I'm going to make the circuit a little smaller. Again, you need to take a screenshot. Go to Google Docs, go down and paste it over here. But before you paste it over here, so like how you wrote this title, you need to write the title over here. Okay, so it is 2.2 blinking 2 LEDs. I need to see your name, I need to see the circuit, I need to see the code, and only then I will be able to grade you. So in a page you can put up to 2 images. Okay, so this is 2.1, this is 2.2. So far in your document it looks like this: introduction to Arduino, what is Arduino, what is overview of this chapter, and introduction to Arduino again. 2.1, the circuit looks like this, the code is here. 2.2, you're using 2 LEDs and the code is here. So with this we complete 2.2 blinking 2 LEDs.